Hello everybody, welcome back to Farming Simulator 17. I'm Tenacious Viking, your farmer host. Well, ever since Farming Simulator 17 came out, I've been looking for some additional maps to play. I found a few that I like, I found a few I don't like. But since I've been on the hunt, I thought maybe you were doing the same thing and hadn't had the time or the opportunity to look at as many as I have. And so I thought I'd share with you today what I've found of some maps, what I think of them, and we'll maybe take a real quick whirlwind tour of a few of them as well. Now, most of the maps that I have are found right here in the mods section from the main page. You go over to maps and select, and you'll see there's a couple new ones. The old Stream Farm Thornton, I haven't. Here's a few that I've installed, and we'll take a look at those. I have not installed American Outback yet. I've seen some people play it, and I'm not real excited about it. It seems like a lot of wasted wide open space on that map. Some nice big fields and things, but a lot of space, a lot of distance you have to go to do anything, and I'm not a fan of that. So let's go in and take a look at some of these one by one. First, of course, is Goldcrest Valley. Goldcrest Valley is, in my opinion, the best map that Farming Simulator has ever released. It's got it all. You don't come with this. I bought this. This is my cheat world. I cheated in a whole lot of money, and so I can do a lot of things. I bought a lot of fields, and I'm trying a lot of things on it. But even if you don't do that, you start doing some missions on these fields down here. You can pick those up pretty quickly. 19 is pretty inexpensive to buy. The cattle are down here. The pigs are way up here. The sheep are here. Buying cattle's down here, but it's just a fun map. It's a pretty straightforward map. I mean, the routes to things are not that complicated, although the river running through the middle of the map does complicate things a little bit because there's only a few bridges. But the most fun thing is the trains. You can drive the trains, and a lot of places to park equipment, which I like to do personally. I like to take care of. I've added a shed to this one. What I'm trying to get around to is a dumb train, so I can show you that if you haven't seen it. It's a real blast. You have to use the train to sell grain at one of the mills. There we go. I think it's the other one though, isn't it? Right? Yeah, it is. Let me switch to this one. So you have to load up. You have to bring grain here, which is right across the road from the farm, from field like 12 or something, and dump it there, and then you fill it up on the train, and you drive the train around and sell it at, I think it's Maplefield Mills or something like that. Got a nice horn as well. Like I say, this is a very well-developed map and a little laggy because I have so much stuff on it now. Takes a while to stop, so when you get to this curve, you need to start braking. Oh, no, it's next curve. Oh, I turned off my map. But go under the road here. So there's a lot of several sell points. It's just a really, really fun map, a well thought out map. And I overshot it because this is where you stop and unload. And of course, you got to position the car right over the place to unload. But it's just a really, really fun map to play. All right, let's go on to the other map that came with Farming Simulator 17. The next map is Sosnovka. Now, Sosnovka was released in toward the end of the Farming Simulator 15 series, and it's not a very pleasant-looking map, and for that reason, I think a lot of people just kind of go past it. But it's actually quite an interesting map to farm. One of the tricks to Sosnovka, you start out with 14 and 19. In my series, Farming Simulator 15 series, I bought 15, 20, 10, and 11. Then I bought 23, 25, and 28. And boy, once I got 23 and 25, then the farming really started. I built up a herd of cattle because they're right here, and it's pretty handy to bring things, grain from the fields in to feed the cattle and make some pretty good money doing that. Going all the way around here, I didn't do because I didn't want to travel that far. And it's kind of a chore to come down here to sell stuff. And you know, down here, the mill is nice. If you sell stuff at the mill, you actually double your money on the way home because you also, it goes on the train and you send off the train before you leave. By the time you get back home, the train will have arrived and sold the grain for even more money. And that's pretty cool. So that's a fun part of Sosnovka that hasn't existed in other maps, and I enjoyed playing it, even though it's a little gloomy to look at. So obviously nobody cares about Sosnovka anymore. I had a series going on it, and nobody's watching, so I've kind of put that on the shelf. But yeah, these buildings leave something to be desired. But there's some nice buildings you can store equipment in, and it's fairly convenient to farm nearby and to buy some small fields nearby and get off to a good start that way. The bunker silo is right there, and the cattle barn is right behind it. Next up is U.S. Hill. I have a series on U.S. Hill. I started playing it with some concern about whether I would like it. Look at this huge field. This is a ripe wheat field when you start the map. You have like three harvesters with heads and an auger wagon and a semi to haul the grain in, and you make a lot of money from that wheat. Enough money to do a lot of things. The problem with U.S. Hill, I'm finding, and you'll see this in my coming up in the finale of my series next week, that the cattle area is fun, and I tried to make that the focal point. I wanted to do 2,000 cattle, but it doesn't work very well. So U.S. Hill is better if you just want to grow grain and sell it and make a lot of money and buy some bigger equipment and have like 18 harvesters going on this big field at once and going crazy that way. That's what it's best for. The cattle part isn't that great. Some of the other things about it are not that great as well. This field doesn't work. I have grass planted here, but it doesn't show. So there are some problems with it. Again, it's better for just a grain farmer. I'll show you around a little bit. I've got, since I have this developed, as you could see, I started just planting various crops after I harvested the wheat. This plow has been going for, I don't know, about 18 episodes, and I may never get done with that field. But it's kind of fun. The cattle, I've got 100 and some cattle. You can see that in the finale episode. But look at here at the feed trough. When I scoop up the spilled grass and put it back in, it doesn't disappear. It just builds up. So there's either a glitch in my map or there's a glitch in the map overall, and that's why I say it's better as a grain growing and selling map. The bunker silo is kind of a mess. I purchased the fermenter silo there in the background, and that works a lot better. And you can sell that at the biogas plant for some decent money. But I don't know that I'd focus on that, but you could do that. But I think it'd be better off just to buy some storage space and grow grain and store it until the price is decent and make a lot of money that way. Lawfolds, Aberdeenshire in Scotland is another map. It's a map I've been playing privately. And again, I started it out not knowing if I was going to like it or not, but it's really quite fun. It's very relaxing to play because look at this map. The fields are all different sizes. You have to keep an eye on any hired hand because they're going to get lost in the field, and you have to do some things yourself, and you have to set them straight occasionally. You start out with a lot of fields and some crops already planted. But the trick is getting around is, there's no pressure to there's no pressure to buy bigger and bigger equipment because you're not going to get around anyway. You also have to back into everything to sell stuff, which is kind of annoying, but you get pretty good at it. This is pretty laggy. Not sure why. I've got some pigs here. First place I raised pigs. But all of the roads to fields, there's gates everywhere. I feel guilty if I leave them all open, so I try to close them, but you have to get out of the vehicle to close it. This is the route you have to take to bring anything to the cattle yard. You have to go all the way around this way. But it's kind of fun. Like I said, there's no pressure to buy bigger equipment because you're not going to be able to get it around anyway. So, you know, you can maybe duplicate some of the equipment you have, maybe buy something a little bigger or a brand name you like better or something like that. But in the meantime, you can just grow some crops and maybe buy some livestock if you want. That's pretty fun too. I've been baling because the game comes with a baler. I'm not a big fan of bales, and there you see why, because they're all over the place. You know, you just dump them off and then bring them in here and feed the cattle. I have a few cattle, I think. Yeah, I've got a few out there. I'm not sure how many. But I'm trying to keep them fed. I don't have enough to. Very interesting. Plenty of places to store equipment and things all over. Look at all this storage space. You can store grain here, and I think that duplicates. It merges with the place on the farm. You can do the same thing. And I think it totals them all together. There's a place for seed, a bunker silo. There's the cattle. The driveway out. I should have taken the other route, but oh well. I mean, just to sell grain is quite the little trip, but it's fun. You have to drive on the left side of the road. It's in Scotland. But it's very interesting, and like I say, it's very relaxing because there's no pressure to buy more land or to buy bigger equipment. You just farm what you got, and you can add some fields if you want. But I think it's more fun to add some livestock. Like I said, I've got pigs and cattle. Sheep I won't have because I hate wool pallets. That's a little bug of mine. But I'm really enjoying it. I just come on here and play when I don't want to think too hard, and just do some driving back and forth with the equipment, doing a little more harvesting, and got some baling going on there, I think, and things like that. I'm really enjoying it, and I didn't know if I would. Let me stop driving here for a second and just punch up the map. You see the gray road leading straight north of where I'm at, and then going off to the right, and then going way up. You have to take that route to go and sell at one of 3 different places, and so that's quite a trip. And there's some really nice scenery. There's trees along the road, and it's just very pleasant. I like Lawfield a lot more than I thought I would. Very pleasant map. It's just something I'm just going to play for the fun of it, you know, until I've done everything I can. So that's Lawfield's Aberdeenshire in Scotland. The next map in this Whirlwind tour is Giants Island. This was the featured map in 2009 edition of Farming Simulator. I never played that. I'm a latecomer to Farming Simulator. I really just got started in 2013. But I want to play this map when I get a chance. Look at this farmyard and starting place and the silos, all developed for the 2017. Look at this map. Isn't this a fun map? You just drive all the way around the island. There's some ports here where you can sell grain. Some fields up here. I think this is where you buy and sell animals. Wool Island, I suspect, is where you sell the wool pallets. Quaff beer, I'm not sure what that is. The shop is over here, not too far away. It's not that big a map, but it's just a fun map. It's just a really interesting, fun map, I think. I don't know if I have a vehicle that's fast enough, or if I have the time to drive around much, but I'm facing the wrong way. Let's see if we got something else. No, they're all that way. See, I haven't even started this map yet. Everything's still parked where it was. Yeah, here's the road out. And it's just a fun drive. Some traffic, I see. Oh, we're going to have a Sunday driver here I got to get behind. Great. I'm going to pass you guys. No offense. I'm just in a hurry. Just making a video here, if you don't mind. But I want to play this one. I think this will be, I'll probably play this kind of relaxing the way I'm playing Lawfields. There's the port where you can sell some grain. Got some lag today too. I'm not sure why. Probably a Windows update. But just look at that. Isn't that cool? It's just so much fun. So that's Giants Island. I may make a series out of that, especially if there's some demand for those. But for right now, we got to continue our whirlwind tour of Farming Simulator 17 maps. This next map is the only one that's not an official Giants mod in this episode. You can get this one just by Googling the name of the map and maybe putting Farming Simulator 17 with it, and you should be able to find it pretty easily. This is Elkhorn Valley in Cumming County, Nebraska. Now, Cumming County is spelled wrong. There's only one M in Cumming County. Nebraska is abbreviated improperly. The official post office abbreviation requires a capital N and a capital E. And I know these things because I live only 2 counties away from Cumming County and in the Elkhorn Valley, as it were. So let's take a look at the map. Now, one thing, you start out in the farmhouse, which is the only one I know of where you start out. And you kind of got to make your way through. You got to go down the steps there and get out to get outside. But our time is limited, so we're just going to tab over to the, I have no idea how to get this truck. Oh, okay. Got to go around and open up the garage door. I think I can do it, yeah, with the left click. And we're going to back out and see if I can figure out which direction to go. Okay, which way am I going now? All right, there's the driveway over there. Cool. Quite a nice map. There are no trees in the Elkhorn Valley map. Whoop. So if you're, I mean, there are some back there, but they're not good for logging. So if logging is your thing, the Elkhorn River bottom map is not for you. Nice hills. Yes, there are hills in Nebraska. If you take Interstate 80, you'll think that Nebraska is ironed, but there's a wrinkled part, the northern part. This is a pretty interesting map. There's a lot of authentic area buildings and so on, and bridges like this, all quite authentic. Farm Bureau, nice farmhouse. A lot of good farmable land, some large fields, square, so you can put a hired hand on and they won't get lost for the most part. You start out with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 fields. Wow, that's all. Boy, did that ever lag out. Holy cow. Let's see where. Wait, I lost track of where I am. Oh, I'm at the end of the map already. Wow, that didn't take long, did it? I'm gonna stay there and do what I should do more of is just kind of go around and take a look at the equipment you get. You get what, 3 tractors, a harvester, in this really nice buildings in the Elkhorn River bottom map. I guess that's it. Yeah. 2 tractors and a harvester, but really nice. This one comes with a loader. That's good. Not sure what other equipment comes along, but really cool buildings. I really like how they've done this. Both of these, I think this also opens up with a left click. Some of them you have to. Oh, okay, yeah. You have to hold left click or the left mouse buttons till it opens up, and you have to do the same thing when you close it. Wow, some pretty. This is very authentic in this part of the world. The grain tanks, butlers, some other sheds and so on. Some doors, a little bit of equipment in there I see, so this is a fun map. I'm probably going to play this at some point. Don't know when I'm going to get to it, but okay, couple of grain trailers, nice. I assume I can open the door. Maybe not. Alright, maybe I can't. Oh well. I know I can open this one. Oh yeah, there's some nice equipment in here. Sprayers, planter, two planters, both types of planters, a cultivator. I didn't see a plow, but I bet you there's one around somewhere. So this is a really cool map. I like this one. All the selling points are kind of in the middle, so that no matter where your fields are, you can get to them fairly quickly and sell things. So Elkhorn River Bottom, I keep saying Elkhorn Valley, but Elkhorn River Bottom in Cumming County, Nebraska. A fun map to play and really nice buildings and layout of the fields, but no trees. Next on our Whirlwind tour, and I sure appreciate you sticking with me on this, is Chellington. This is in the UK, I believe. I have taken a look at this map. I have not done much with it. I think I toured around a little bit once. Yeah, there's a truck. Look at the map. There's some good-sized fields. It's a little windy to drive around, although frankly it's not as bad as Lawful's, and I like that. So, maybe I'll go back and relook at it. There's what you start out with several fields. There's a forest there, some sell points, the spinnery, the sawmill down there. Not too many, only one place to sell grain it looks. So it's kind of a more livestock lumber friendly map. Some of these fields, you're going to have a terrible time with hired help. You're going to have to do some of that yourself, I think. Otherwise, you're going to be unhappy. I'm not even sure. This is probably a. Yeah, I think I have to stay to the left here. We'll see when some traffic comes. Drive around a little bit. Yep. Left-hand side, a lot of things in common with Lawful's, but the fields are actually bigger here than they are in Lawful's. I guess I feel like Lawful's is a little more homey in a way. This is kind of a UK version of Westbridge Hills. It's some big fields and stuff, but it's also got the windy roads and the fences and the left-handed driving and that kind of stuff. So it's an interesting enough map, and if it appeals to you, if it looks nice, and you like the variety of things you can do, that's probably the edge of the map. Yep. Then I would say go for it. 'Cause, there's some big fields. You can buy up some big equipment, even with the fences and stuff. You have a little trick getting in and out of the fields, but once you get in there, you'll be able to do some fun things. I think it's a beautiful map. Ooh, I don't drive very well. Beautiful map. I think I think you'll have fun playing it. I'm not sure I want to do it because I've got maps something like it, in mind. Look at this bridge. Isn't this cool? Ooh, this is a really slow driver. I don't really have all day to wait for you. I just don't. I'm not even sure how to get back home, so I'm not going to. I'm not going to say what is in here. Oh, okay. This must be the store. Oh, this is the store. Oh, that's cool. Look at that. That's like New Holland Agriculture. Wow. BFC. This is probably the sell point for equipment. It's a nice map. It's a nice map. If you don't mind the left-handed driving and the windy roads and the fences don't make you feel a little pinned in, then this would be a good map, I think. All right, as we open our next map, I have to apologize. I called the one map Elkhorn Valley Bottom. It's Elkhorn River Bottom. I call it Elkhorn Valley because that's what we call the area, but it is along the Elkhorn River, so that does make sense. But it's Elkhorn River Bottom that you'll want to Google if you want to find that one. All right, Fichtelberg is one I don't know a lot about. I'll look at the map. Oh yeah, see the trees kind of boggle my mind. Fields are kind of small for me. And it's also kind of a loop-de-loop. I'm sure I'll get lost. I'm not even going to try to drive around here very much because I know I'll get lost. I just know I will. Let's see if we've got a pickup I can drive. A lot of equipment it comes with. That's kind of cool. Ooh, a drivable train. That's a plus. Man, I'm back where I started. Okay. I have no idea where I'm at or even how to get to the road from here. Obviously I haven't played this and I haven't looked around much. So, okay, I'm going to go up here. I'm going to assume this is right-handed driving because I believe this is German. Laggy also. It's laggy because it's a new map that this computer never Oh, a hot air balloon. Look at that. That is cool. Gosh, maybe I'll have to play this one too. So many maps, so little time, you know? Now, I want to remind you that I'm giving you my opinions on the map, but I'm trying to show you enough of the map so you can make up your own mind. Maybe you hate big fields. Maybe you like the small ones. You know, maybe you don't care about. Maybe you want to do lumber and you know, and a little bit of grain. Maybe you don't care about livestock. You know, and that's certainly your privilege. I'm gonna take a little field road here just to see what this is like. For me, this is too many trees. There's a lot of good things about it, but there's too many trees that are gonna boggle my mind, and I'm gonna get lost trying to drive around here. I know I will. This is Hagenstedt all over again to me. And now I'm gonna run out of. Oh, it is still a. Oh nope, it turns into a dirt road. That's what I figured it was gonna do. You know. I mean, at least there's not fences. You know, they make me a little nervous. Make me feel a little claustrophobic. But this is an interesting map. It's a gorgeous map. If you like logging, I mean the trees really add a lot of interest to the map. I think. I'm gonna see if I can find my way back to this road. Although I don't have a whole lot of time. I've got 2 more maps to do too. I'm not sure what this is here. I think this is just an idle building, but it'll look good. Hopefully I can get through here and get to town. Yeah, I can. Okay, good. Get on this road here and maybe stop at the diner for coffee while I journey to the next map. So that's Fichtelberg. Next in our Farming Simulator 17 Whirlwind tour of maps is Lone Star. This is a Texas map, and I'm pretty sure it's going to look like it. Large fields, but not as square as you'd expect from Texas. My impression of Texas is everything's pretty much laid out in a grid, and there isn't too much to interfere with that. But obviously the makers of this map either found a spot or disagreed. Not sure which. Huge fields, but they're not square, and they're going to be a challenge to harvest, I think. We open up. Ooh, nice farmhouse. That's cool. I like that. I like that look. Does that really? It comes with a nice pickup like that? Yeah, but you don't get that one. Oh well. Let me call up the whole map and see. I have no idea which direction to go. I don't know how to get anywhere here. Chase across the fields. I don't see any decent roads at all. That's. Oh, okay. I have to go around this way to get anywhere. Not sure what that is. Oh, that's a sell point there. Okay, railroad tracks. I was looking for railroad tracks and didn't see any, so I don't know if there's a train or not. I'll have to punch through and see what kind of equipment you start with. Probably should have done that on more of the maps, but I didn't. Sorry. That's always an interesting thing too, is to load a map and see what kind of equipment you start out with. Sometimes you start out with some really nice stuff. Sometimes you start out with 2 little tractors and not even a harvester to harvest the grain that's ripe. No paved roads, which is kind of a puzzle. I thought Texas was a little more civilized than that, but apparently not. A little campground here, which is weird, and a dead-end road. So I'm going to harass the campers a little bit. Ooh, nice lake, though. I like the water on that. Look at this. Now, this is Texas size. This is a big barn full of equipment. Good Lord. Ooh, nice. I wonder if that's it's not a mod. It's got to be a Giants. Okay, here's the other truck that I was going to try out, and I don't know where to go from here either. But it's definitely Texas sized. So if you like big fields, I don't know if there's many trees in this map. I guess there's room for some, or you could plant some maybe. I don't know. Okay, now here's this kind of bugs me. I don't know if you can. No, you can't. Okay, this is the same gates as Lawfolds has. You have to walk up and left click and then hop back in, drive through. I'm not gonna. Oops. Okay, we'll go this way. I'll get suckered into it. I'm not going to go back and close the gate because I'm not going to save this anyway. This might be fun. I don't know. It just doesn't appeal to me personally. Although I think there'd be some. Well, I guess the uneven field sizes. If fields are going to be that big, they need to be square so you can just put a hired hand on it and walk away. I don't have time to farm very many fields manually. And Lone Star Farm Supply. Ooh, that's nice. That looks nice. Yeah, I like that. Ooh, all over the place. Oh, we do have a tar road. Not a very long one, but it's kind of like Nebraska where I live. These tarred roads turn into dirt road and then a path, and you just go right straight across the pasture to the ranch house. There you are. So this is Lone Star. Interesting map. Large fields, but irregular sized. Oh, there are some trees there. Okay, I thought there might be along in some of those places where there weren't fields. So you can do some logging here. And it's not as pretty as the other maps because it's too flat, I guess. Oh, look at this. The tar just suddenly ends here. I don't understand. We'll go through the trees here. This is kind of cool. I do like that you get a decent truck to start out with. You almost have to in Texas, I suppose, start with a truck. It's the first thing you buy before you buy a tractor. Watch me wrap myself around a tree. Yep, see, I told you. I knew that was coming. Oh, boy. Well, that's my driving for you, but that has nothing to do with the map. So that's Lone Star, Texas. And our last map on this whirlwind tour of Farming Simulator 17 maps is Sandy Bay 17. Sandy Bay has been in other versions. It came out not too long ago for Farming Simulator 17. Here's where you start out. Here's the farmyard. Oh, a plane going overhead. Oh, that's a novelty. Oh, I love that. Yeah. All right, let's take a look at the map. Not a lot of farmable land. So it might be good for a relaxed farm. I mean, you can drive along the bay and when you're selling stuff, and that should be kind of cool. I might try to take a drive down along here if I can figure out how to get there. Let's see. Get the right map up. Well, I got to find a vehicle. Oh, there's a truck. Good. Okay. Now the truck is up here, so I guess I won't go that way. I'll go... Oh, the plane's going over here. Oop, over me. And... There we go. Does that go down the road? Yeah, that goes down the road. Okay, this is kind of cool. Don't know which way I want to go. I think I want to go this way. Yep, I do. And I don't know, I think this is the UK, but I'm not sure. We'll see if I meet a car, if I'm going the right. I'll slow down a little bit so we can actually see some stuff. This is a gorgeous map, too. This is beautiful. I can see why so many people are playing it. It's really nice. I don't know if there's traffic along here. I assume there's going to be some traffic somewhere. This is a UK, I'm going to run right into them because I'm on the wrong side of the road. Railroad tracks. I wonder if there's operable trains. See, and now you get to drive along the beach, which is, it's just absolutely gorgeous. I can really see why people like playing it. There was that plane. Yep, we're in the UK, pretty sure. So we got to be on the left side. See, the only people I've seen play this are from the UK, so they didn't say anything about it. But, whereas here in Murka, we got to get used to driving on the left, which would be good practice. If you're going to go over to the UK and drive a rental or something, you can get used to it this way. This is a little scary right here. Talk about between a rock and a hard place. Whoops! See what I mean? I think I'm stuck. Yep, I am. Well, that was fun while it lasted. Let's see what we've got for equipment. Not a lot of equipment. One tractor, a harvester, and the pickup. That's not very much to start with, but it is a beautiful map. It does have a hot air balloon. Yeah. And some decent-sized fields, although they're not square either. So it'll be a challenge to farm with hired hands and so on. But but it sure would be pretty. They do spell out very nicely where things are. So that's gonna do it. A good place to end, I guess. Stuck on a rock in Sandy Bay. I hope you've enjoyed this whirlwind tour of maps. If you have, hit the like button and comment. Tell me what your favorite map is of the ones you've seen here, or of the ones you didn't see as well. What map do you like, or what are you looking for in a map? I'd love to know. Maybe we can do this again with some other maps as they become available, and I'd be willing to share some of the other maps as well. And keep an eye open for the series finale of U.S. Hill Farming Simulator 17. Thanks for watching. Join me next time. Tenacious Viking plays Farming Simulator 17.